Good evening, children. Hope you all enjoyed today's social science class. Let us remember the main points of the class once again. You have seen a map today. What are there on the map? You can see two continents, that is Europe and Asia. In between, there you can see a black spot represented, which is an old city named Constantinople. As you can see, it is situated on the midway from the continent Europe to the continent Asia. Also, you can see the Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea on either side of the map. So, what can you understand from this map? The Constantinople represented here is a central city on the midway from two important continents and two important sea routes, isn't it? So let us understand the features of Constantinople. Now let us check what are the features of Constantinople. The first one is, as we discussed, it was the capital of Eastern Roman Empire. The second one, it was the center of knowledge. The third one is, it was the abode of scholars and a treasure trove of scholarly texts. That means it was a rich center of scholars and their great works. The fourth one is, it was the gateway from Asia to Europe. Next, about the picture that you have already seen in the class. What is it? Yes, it is the picture of Hagia Sophia. What is Hagia Sophia? Let us discuss. Hagia Sophia is one of the important monuments in the history of the world. It was built in 6th century AD. It is preserved as a history museum in Turkey. It is an epitome of the architectural splendors of Constantinople. That is, as we discussed, there are many architectural works preserved in the city Constantinople, that is Istanbul. Hagia Sophia is one such great work situated there. Now we can check what happened to Constantinople later. Turks or Turkish people came to attack Eastern Roman Empire and conquered it in 1453. That is, Turks conquered Constantinople in the year 1453. That resulted in the fall of centuries-old Eastern Roman Empire. What happened to scholars at this time? Scholars, artists, and writers fled to nearby areas, especially to Italy. That is, they migrated to Italy and such nearby areas. What can be the reasons behind their migration to Italy? Italy was a country that upheld the rich Greco-Roman tradition. That is, Italy encouraged Greco-Roman tradition a lot. The rich Italian traders were the patrons of art, literature, and culture. That is, they gave financial support to such kind of activities. These traders were keen to preserve the historical and cultural heritage. That is, they were very enthusiastic to preserve such heritage. Now, what were the results of this migration? Do you know? Italian cities encouraged the spirit of thinking and learning among the immigrant scholars. As a result, what happened? By the end of 13th century, there started a new awakening. The particular name of that awakening is Renaissance. And that began to spread to other nations also. Next, we can familiarize two new concepts, that is, humanism and Renaissance. Humanism. By the dawn of the 13th century, the writers adopted the life of common man as the central theme of their works. Similar changes occurred in other art forms like painting and sculpture. The vision, primarily concerned with the various aspects of human life, is known as humanism. The Renaissance. The new spirit of humanism inspired unique thoughts on the universe and human life. It promoted reasoning and the spirit of enquiry among people. Now, what is Renaissance? The new awakening which emerged in Europe in all spheres of human life is known as Renaissance. Hope you all understood the lesson. Try to find out answers to the given activities and write down that to your SS notebook. Thank you.